Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to ask the question, is the pressure on the New York Jets, but Joe Douglas specifically, to get Haason Reddick under contract? Right, based off of what we saw, granted, 1 week against a stacked, well-coached team in their house on prime time, you never want to overreact too much, but at the same time, we had zero pass rush. Zero pass rush. Not effective. And pass rush in this style of scheme is very, very important. And we've talked about that topic a lot, so I don't want to dive into it, you know, the whole 4-3 defense and you're dropping everybody back. But you got to imagine Haason Reddick on this roster, you know, would he have changed the game against the Niners? Probably not. No, I don't think he would have made that big of an impact, but he would have been better. He would have given the Jets the best pass rushing odds, I would say. He probably would have done a good job of setting the edge. Definitely better than what we saw. But, you know, here's the reality, right? Haason Reddick skipped the game. Oh, man, I think he was fined like $800,000. There has been no reports after the game or anything like that. And as far as, you know, the date of this, recording this video here, there's been zero rumors. No new updates, and nothing. So, you know, is it realistic? Is the pressure on Joe Douglas to bring him in the building? One point that I think is relevant to talk about is that Haason Reddick might not necessarily be ready to play by Sunday. You know, so if news breaks tonight, oh, the Jets and Reddick have came to an agreement, it's not like he's going to be the starting edge rusher playing, you know, 80% of the snaps. Like He hasn't played in a game. He hasn't practiced one time with the team. He doesn't know the defense. He doesn't know the players. He doesn't know the system as of right now. And granted, he's a veteran. He's very, very good. And you could, of course, line him up out wide and just like let him go to work. He will contribute, but he's not going to be firing on all cylinders, you know, compared to if he was signed, you know, maybe a month before the start of the season, at least 2.5 weeks before the start of the season. You'd feel a lot more comfortable there. But, in this case, there's zero practices under his belt. So there's going to be an onboarding process. I want to say 2 weeks bare minimum, but probably looking like 3 weeks before we see Reddick, again, assuming he signs today or tomorrow, at 100% maximum output, right, as far as productivity, what he can give this Jets defense. And look, you can make the same exact argument because we have to ask the question, right? The longer that this goes on, the more games are going to pass, and you don't want this to be a lingering issue, right? You don't want to. I definitely don't want to end that Titans game, right? Coming on doing the recap, talking about the Jets not being able to rush the passer again, and Reddick still not being here. And again, I'm not saying that Reddick is going to solve every one of the Jets' issues, but you know, he would definitely help. He would definitely help this pass rush. Again, you can make the same argument going back to last year where Rodgers got hurt in week 1, and it's like, okay, Jets are going to send a backup quarterback, and we're waiting the next day, nothing. We're waiting the following day, nothing. And the days keep going by. All of a sudden, the weeks are going by here, and it's just like the Jets aren't doing anything. They're just saying it's Zach's team. They're not even replacing the roster spot. You know, it took the Jets a month to bring in Trevor Siemian, and then there was a couple-week period where he had to get ready and learn the playbook. It's like, were we working the trade? Trying to work a trade with another team? Were we calling free agents? Why weren't we working out a single free agent quarterback? Like, not even attempting to see what's out there. Just strange activity, strange decisions. Like you can even like if you're playing Madden, it's just like it's common sense. Oh, a player gets hurt. Let's see who's on the free agent market. Let's see who's on the trade block. You know, let's just inquire. We don't have to make a move, but let's just see who's out there. And the Jets didn't do anything. So, again, you know, it's not the end of the world here. It's one game for sure. But if this issue, right, it's going to be watched. Like, Jets fan, like, we're going to be watching that Titans game thinking to ourselves, like, we better be able to get after Will Levis. We better be able to. Because you cannot lose the amount of players that the Jets did on the defensive line. Al Woods, Quentin Jefferson, JFM, Bryce Huff. Replace them with 3 players and a couple of UDFAs, and 2 out of the 3 players aren't playing. Reddick is not there. Leki Fotu's hurt. Reddick arguably is the best pass rusher on the team. Lecky Fotu is arguably the best run stuffer on the team. Javon Kinlaw played, week 1, and it looks like he's going to be out there in week 2. But that's a pretty big exodus of players, and then to have your replacements not suit up, we're going to be thin there. So yeah, again, watching the pass rush against the Niners, it was brutal. Hopefully we can look a little bit better, but again, I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're Joe Douglas, are you picking up the phone? Are you trying to work something out here, or are you just, it's just a situation that is just off the table for you because of how everything went? So it's going to be interesting, right? It's going to be interesting, and I know Joe Douglas didn't say that he was going to trade him, but one fan base I continue to see talk about Haason Reddick, and it's the Arizona Cardinals, right? I keep seeing Cardinals fans saying like, hey, well, I'm down to give up a premium pick to go get Reddick and give him a deal. Because apparently the Cardinals don't have really that many effective pass rushers, and the Cardinals, of course, are building. And then, of course, you look at Jonathan Gannon, that system, the familiarity with Reddick. He knows Gannon, he knows that system. He'd come in and be the team's best pass rusher. So it makes you think, right? If Arizona offers a 3 or 2 or something, could the Jets just pull the trigger and do that? If the Jets have no intention, if Joe Douglas is not picking up the phone and working something out, or if the Jets and Reddick can't agree to terms, right? Because there's a very, very good argument that Reddick is just like, you know what? Now the leverage is back in my pocket. I want more money. And then now it's the Jets looking like, oh, man, do we actually want to do this? Is it going to be worth it? And at that point, of course, we have to find the exact numbers. But, if it's, up to $30 million, the answer is probably no. As much as I hate to say that. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.